Okay, good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, so last class we were discussing about the Indian entrepreneurship culture, and we saw what Indians have better culture is there, and better innovative skills, better ways of coming out with innovative products and services. We saw all of that, and we also saw the five trends which are seen in the Indian entrepreneurship culture, and that is digitalization has happened, customer focus has increased, and the diversification is more. You see now amongst small companies also, not only big companies but small companies are also into diversification and collaborations, and a lot of R&D is happening, so lot of improvement in products and services. So all these five trends we saw in the last class, and how technology is changing rapidly, and earlier this technology adoption used to be done by only big companies, but even small startups today, they are adopting to the latest technology, and they keep updating their technology. So this is the change, the five trends that we are seeing in the Indian entrepreneurial culture, and this has created a win-win situation. Both it is favoring the customers as well as the companies. So customers are getting better quality products, better services, and more personalized. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, what happened? Shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this kind of customer is benefiting because wide range of products is available to him, and personalized services available to him, and better and better quality products is available to him. So the customer is also benefiting, as well as the companies are benefiting today, because so many transformations have happened, like technology developments are happening so fast, and government has become very much business friendly towards the companies. So companies are, it's a good environment for companies to develop, and taxation policies have become better. GST has come, more foreign money, FDI has come, and you companies can get capital very easily, investments very easily. So these are all the transformations that have happened, and the five trends which we saw in the Indian entrepreneurship culture. So with that we have finished with this topic. Now the next topic is the industrial policy. What was the industrial policy of 2014? So the main objective of the industrial policy of 2014 was, they wanted to bring about rapid industrial development. So they found that the industrial development was not the same in all the states. So some states industrial development was very good. Some states the industrial development was very poor. So under the industrial policy of 2014, they wanted to put more focus on the manufacturing sector. They wanted to promote the manufacturing sector. So the focus of this industrial policy was on those states which were not so industrially developed. as compared to other states like Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Karnataka. All these states were focused. In this industrial policy, they came out with objectives to increase industrial development in these states so that balanced industrial development takes place in all the states. So, like their Make India campaign, they introduced Make in Chhattisgarh campaign, Make in Karnataka campaign, Make in Telangana campaign, like that for these states which they wanted to focus upon in the industrial policy of 2014. So, they wanted to bring all these states on the same level of development as other states by 2024. And they wanted to encourage these states to have more self employment opportunities, give more opportunities to entrepreneurs, give them better training, better resources, etc. And they wanted to promote exports, they wanted to get more foreign investments, so they set up the special economic zones. So these SEZ, a special economic zone, is known as SEZ. These areas are specifically planned for companies where all the required infrastructure which is needed for these export companies is provided to them at a very subsidized cost, and all the facilities are provided to them so these companies can function in this SEZ, where to promote in order to promote the exports. And also for those industries which were backward industries, which were not developing, which were not growing, they wanted to provide economic incentives, like some kind of financial incentive should be provided to them. And they focused on those industries which were environment friendly. That means they were not causing any harm to the environment, uh, like IT industry, biotechnology, agricultural industry, food processing, industries which are into renewable energy development. All these industries, they wanted to focus upon them because they were environment friendly and they were using skilled manpower. And they also wanted to develop the weaker sections of society, like scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, those who are differently abled, that means having some kind of physical handicap, retired soldiers. So all these people were focused, like economic benefits. They planned to give economic benefits to weaker sections under this policy. And they wanted to increase participation of private sector in the construction and maintenance of the industrial infrastructure. So, wherever industrial infrastructure had to be set up, they wanted the private companies to help in constructing and maintaining the infrastructure for various industries. And they also wanted the industries to provide skill training to the local people so that the local people will become competent. They will be trained in some skill or the other. And some states which they had focused upon had lot of mineral and forest resources, like Chhattisgarh state has lot of mineral and forest resources, so they wanted to make use of the available resources. And for agricultural products, a storage facility was not there, especially in rural areas, so they wanted to introduce warehousing facilities. Warehousing means where the agricultural products can be stored for a long period of time. So, you know, agricultural products have a very short shelf life. So, to store them for long period of time, you need to put them in ice or some kind of storage facility fridge kind of thing has to be provided to keep the vegetables, agricultural products fresh. So that kind of facility, warehousing facility, they wanted to provide under this policy. So these were the objectives of this industrial policy of 2014. So what are the actions they took, like strategies they took for this execution of these objectives? So to increase the ease of doing business, that means to make it easy for business people to do their business activities well, they took lot of actions, like they simplified the application procedure, where companies had to apply when they wanted to start a new company or they wanted to expand the existing company. There was lot of red tapeism before. Red tapeism means lot of government approvals, lot of government will ask for lot of documents, and very lengthy process of applying. So all this was made very simple. The application process was made very simple so that business people could conduct their businesses easily. And also they allowed business to do self certification. That means instead of waiting for government officials to certify their business or to get approvals from the government, they allowed the business people only to certify themselves, whether they are capable of doing the business, whether they are capable of carrying out the expansion or diversification, etc. And also for this set of procedures, they gave timelines. That is, time limit was given. So within that time period, these procedures had to be completed. And they also allowed online approvals and permits to be given. So they made this process of starting the business very quick, very easy for the business people, because online only they could get the approvals and permits and licenses, whatever is required, NOC, etc. And then state-wise, they set up web portals, that is PMG, project monitoring groups. State-wise, they set up these web portals so that for the new industries, new infrastructural projects, if there was any difficulties, if there was any problem, if there was any bottleneck, all these issues were sought out by this project monitoring group. So each state had a PMG, which online only they used to contact them and resolve any issues regarding any stoppage of any industrial product or any infrastructural product. So also they set up a land bank under this industrial policy. That means 10,000 hectares of land they planned to provide for various industries. And some industries were put under the priority list. That means they were the industrial policy wanted to focus on these particular industries which were on the priority list to help them develop further. So, like bicycle manufacturing, pharmaceutical industry, textile industry, electronic industries, like that, so many industries were put under the priority list, and more focus was given to development of these industries. Then, under this industrial policy, under the Chief Minister Cluster Development Scheme was introduced, where 5 crore subsidy was given to set up industrial parks in the private sector. So private companies were given 5 crore subsidy to set up industrial parks. And also, like I told you, like the Make India campaign, make in Chattisgarh, make in Karnataka, make in Telangana, like that campaigns were started to give more focus on the manufacturing units to generate more employment opportunities in all these states, especially self-employment. They wanted to generate more self-employment opportunities to the people of these states so that they would start their own ventures. And they wanted to rehabilitate the sick industries which were going continuously into loss, or those industries which had closed down. They wanted to introduce special incentive schemes. They set up special incentive schemes to start up these sick industries and those industries which had closed down. And fiscal incentives were given to those people or to those companies who were doing investment in industries. So, like that, they wanted to make stronger the small, medium, micro enterprises to make their product quality better, to help them to upgrade their technology, to improve their marketing facilities, etc. So, fiscal incentives means they give financial reward to those who did investment in these small, micro, medium enterprises. What were the financial rewards? They gave them tax holiday, or they gave them tax rebate, or tax refund they gave them. So, like that, financial rewards they gave to these people or companies who invested in these small, micro, medium enterprises. And they also set up a single window policy for approval or clearance to get for starting any new business or for starting any new industry. Earlier, like I told you, there was lot of red tapeism. It was a very lengthy process to get approvals, to get clearance, to get NOC, to start a business in India only. It was very, very difficult because of this red tapeism. So that is why foreign companies were not ready to come and start their business in India. But because of such changes, like single window system, that is only through a single application, these companies, foreign companies or Indian companies could get their approvals or clearances. So this was called as Mitaan. So they could get their industrial certificate or NOC or approvals very quickly just through a single application. And they also set up effective monitoring systems at the state level and at the district level to monitor all these changes which were happening in the industrial sector, to monitor whether all these reforms were being implemented in the industrial different industrial sectors, and to if there was any grievance redressal, that means anybody had any problem or any issue, then this at the state level or district level, they could approach the concerned people and get their problems sorted out. So like this, the industrial policy of 2014 did a lot of changes in all these states, which they focused on, like Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, all these states they focused on them, and they greatly improved the industrial sector in all these states. And also, departmental officers were nominated for individual industrial units at the state level and at the district level. They were called as Udyog Mitra. So it was for those industries which had an investment of more than 10 crores. So these Udyog Mitra, these departmental officials, they used to provide guidance and support to these industrial units right from the starting stage to their establishment stage. So they used to help them to get benefits of various schemes and sort out their problems of the different industrial units so that they could function in a very smooth manner. And labor laws were also simplified under this industrial policy of 2014. And the SEZ, that is the special economic zones, were exempted from following some labor laws, and whatever labor reforms that were introduced, they made sure that it was implemented properly in each state. For that, they had task force meetings conducted regularly, where officials from the labor department, from the Department of Industries, and from industrial associations, they used to represent these meetings and conduct these meetings and made sure that the labor reforms were implemented correctly in all the states and sort out any labor issue problems that arose. So the number of labor courts were also increased in those districts where industrial development was taking place very rapidly. So any labor issue problem and all would be sorted out in the labor court. And under this policy, they wanted to develop the human resource. So the Right to Skill Development Act 2013 was implemented for the youth, for the young people, so that many initiatives were given, like skill training was provided freely for the young people by the government or by industries, and also help them to get placements for those people who are diploma holders, graduate engineers, or those who have been trained in some skill or in some vocation. Through this skill development act, they help them to get placement in various companies. And marketing assistance, marketing to do their marketing help was given to micro and small enterprises, that is the SMMEs, so that the small, micro, medium enterprises could carry out their marketing operations. Help was given to them from the government through this policy of 2014, industrial policy of 2014. And to develop the entrepreneurs in these states, entrepreneurial programs were organized. A new course on entrepreneurship was developed, which provided practical training to those who wanted to start their own ventures, and they used to take them on industrial tours. And also, the entrepreneurs were helped to participate in training in prestigious institutes like Entrepreneurship Development Institute in Ahmedabad. They were supported financially to attend the training programs in such kind of institutes, and to help achieve direct exports in these states. Export facilitation centers was set up and near the airports, and air cargo facility was also set up near the airport, so that custom clearance and all will happen very fast, so the exports can be carried out smoothly. So the focus of this industrial policy of 2014 was to develop all these states like Karnataka, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Chattisgarh. All these states were focused upon so that they would develop industrially and achieve the same industrial development as the other states which were already developed. So this is all about the industrial policy of 2014. So I shall stop now. Okay, Ranjit is there. Aishwarya, Anusha,
Present, ma'am.
Balaji,
Present, ma'am.
Bhavana,
Present, ma'am.
Vikash,
Present, ma'am.
Bindushri.
Present, ma'am.
Vikash, you join now only. Brinda,
Present, ma'am.
Darshini,
Present, ma'am.
Dilip.
Aishwarya.
Yeah, Aishwarya, I marked you. Dilip, Farhan, Garib,
Present, ma'am.
Hemant, Kishan, Libin, Manjunath BS, Manjunath R, Manoj HS, Manoj Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Mohammad Ramshed, Mohammad Sabiq, Ashwini,
Present, ma'am.
Naveen, Naveen Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Nishchal. Nishchal has not attended. Hardly she has attended. Nivedita,
Present, ma'am.
Pavitra, Purvashan,
Present, ma'am.
Prabhu,
Present, ma'am.
Rakshit, Ranjit,
Present, ma'am.
Ravi Kumar, Sana, Sanjeev Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Sayak,
Present, ma'am.
Shiv Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Sushma,
Present, ma'am.
Varun,
Present. Present, ma'am.
Mohammad Sadiq.
Sadiq is there, ma'am.
He is there.
Yes, ma'am. He's the network problem.
Hemant, I marked you. Monisha,
Present, ma'am.
okay. A lot of messages have come. Ravi Kumar, you were present, you didn't say. Okay, everybody is marked, no?